Howdy YouTube, and welcome back to Fallout 4 Wickedstorm Gaming. Hello Nick. We are doing this. Look at you. You died. Unfortunate.
Looks like the brain enclosure was smashed.
Indeed it does.
Is this blood?
Yeah, they don't have blood. They have the gooey brain juice, which apparently makes for a pretty good blood trail.
Red paint?
Wait. Fence buster?
Yes.
Ooh. That's actually a really good bat.
A baseball bat? What is this doing here?
I don't know.
This isn't blood. It's red paint.
Knew it couldn't be blood. Examine the microphone. Can we examine you?
Protect and serve. Protect and serve.
Yeah, you have nothing to say. Chair's been knocked over. Few of them been knocked over. Why do they have chairs if they're all brains? Why do they need glasses if they all brains? How do they get up these stairs to perform? They have treads. Can the treads handle stairs? That's a bit top heavy for that. Wait. Residential cafeteria. You have nothing to say. Residential. Nick, don't push me into the wall. It's rude. You. You're stuck too.
It'll be too soon.
You got stuck in a vault? When did that happen?
He deserved better than that.
You think I'm stupid? I saw the way he looked at you. You gonna tell me that's nothing?
It wasn't like that. We were friends. He helped me out of a tight spot or two is all.
I couldn't stand by like some pasty-faced Percy while he put the moves on my best girl.
But now the law is on our tail. What are we going to do?
Come away with me. Let's leave this dark hole of a city behind. We can be in Buenos Aires by tomorrow.
Oh, I want to believe you, I do, but they'll never let us go.
Then we'll make our stand here. I've got a gun for each of us.
No, 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 no. The line is, then we'll make our stand here. Two lovers together with a bullet for each of them.
Oh, God. Why can't I ever get that line? Forget it. I can't do this right now.
Ugh, fine. I'm going to the beach.
Why? You're a brain in a jar. Hello.
Detective, how can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
Yeah, way to give me a false lead for a second there.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
It's obviously Santiago. He keeps going back to look at the crime scene.
What were you and Gilda talking about when I walked in?
Oh, we were just rehearsing a scene. Nothing to worry about.
I'm inclined to believe you about that, actually.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, as you probably know, I'm an actor. I don't like
Had
to
no
talk
idea.
about it, but my last picture, The Fighting Furies, it topped the box office.
Neat.
Maybe later.
Okay, just let me know how I can help.
Alright. You're not off the hook yet, but I'm going to assume that conversation you had actually didn't have anything to do with anything. Why do you even have beds? You're all brains in jars. Weights? Really? There's weights for the robot. These robots, I don't understand them at all. Okay, what about this? Who's so fancy that they need two statues? Hello? What is that? There's blood on that one. Maybe I should go talk to that guy first, but finding more clues. There's, well, not blood, probably red paint again, but still.
Not a little too well.
I can't examine it, but it does have red paint on it. That's fine. It's fine. Shovel. Shovel used to break ground at the considered research end. Funding the management, the construction, or the minute part. Interesting. How does that help you with cannon? doesn't help me at all. Book? Can do nothing with the book. Hello, key. Guy had nothing but ammo in his dressers. And Rad-X. Again, robots. Wait, do the brains need Rad-X? Those are just books. I can't do shit with dim. Doesn't look like anything. This guy had fucking pygmy skulls. Hey, no, don't unlock that. Let's read the plaque. Pygmy skulls from the Abadudu tribe in the Congo. Really? Saving the tribe from man-eating tiger while on safari. Interesting. They gave you skulls as a thank you? That's interesting. Because the cancer used by an engagement party, she died in a tragic car accident a month before she and Mr. Party. Oh dear. That is sad. She was parking by modern industrials in 2075 when he was selected to be top of 10 upcoming venture. In June 2072, Mr. Parker prevented the assassination of Viscount Cerny Ubernus by diving between him and the shooter. The silver locket kept in his breast pocket defected the bullet and saved his life. Well, that's awfully convenient. That doesn't have a plaque. That doesn't have a plaque. That doesn't have a plaque. I'm opening this. I want to know what the fuck that thing on the right is. Very nice.
Got it.
It is nothing I can interact with. Road goggles. I don't need road goggles. Very interesting. Why is there red paint on that thing? Ooh, this is filthy. Ooh, we took a serious downgrade when we went up the stairs. Now it looks like an old abandoned vault. Nasty. Oh, here's the food. You can't talk. Fantastic. Nobody can talk around here. No, we're back out here. Well, might as well talk to you. Hello. Hello.
That's not blood around the body. It's red paint.
Mr. Santiago would definitely have red paint, but surely he wouldn't have... Was there anything else?
Your residents are robots.
Not robots, Detective. Well, not exactly, anyway. I believe the term they use is robo-brain.
Yeah, the robo-brains.
Before the war, the residents decided the best way to wait it out was to put their brains inside robotic chassis. Was there anything else?
I don't know about the murder
Tell
weapon.
me about the victim.
Mr. Ezra Parker was the primary owner and financier for the hotel. He had vast experience managing venture projects around the world. It was his idea to have our premier clients become investors in the vault section of the hotel. He worked with Vault Tech to have this built to their every specification. Was there anything else?
I'm not convinced that bat was the murder weapon. Yeah, I'm not convinced the bat was the murder weapon. It was just laying there. But that sword has red paint on the handle.
I have not felt this inspired since that time security spent all day chasing.
Security spent all day chasing the bull. What?
Well. If it isn't the long arm of the law. Tell me, are you a devotee of the arts? Does that cruel muse call you to her entrapping bosom?
What the hell is that noise?
Art is life. Without it, we are no different than animals.
Perhaps, if all we are is a sentience floating in a suit of flesh, or metal, I suppose, then art is the only true communion with the world. Come with me.
Come with you. Okie dokie. What is this?
Tell me, what does this piece say to you?
This or all the paper stuck to the wall? I can see a face. There's an eye dare or an eye dare. There's a nose dare. Faces in the thing. But it has a...
It's about composition, the balance of colors and emotions, and the struggle to maintain internal order.
Indeed.
I can see that too.
This was the last
But
piece
mostly I see a
in a
face.
series of portraits of Gilda. Number 1378. Her emotional landscape is superimposed on the portrait. The reality of the subject is distorted as the ego attempts to project itself this way.
Interesting. That's a funny little tidbit, isn't it? This looks like nukes.
Tell me, what does this one say to you?
Radioactive fire.
It's the war. Bombs from every direction, no up or down, the world turned on its head.
I suppose in a way it must be. Art shapes the world, and the world shapes art in return. All art must therefore be constantly reborn through the lens of contextual and historic interpretation. We must ascend.
Okay. What is this one? Work in progress? Alright. You're taking me to that cat picture. I have that in several of my settlements.
What about this one? And please be honest. For art without honesty is just politics.
It's cute. This is bullshit. It's a metaphor. It's cute. I want to see what he says if he thinks it's a metaphor, though.
It's a metaphor. A young creature grappling with ideas it doesn't possess the capability to understand.
Intriguing. The mind will superimpose meaning where none was intended. I had not considered it. Truth be told, this is my best-selling piece. I did this series under a pseudonym, of course. This series has made more money than any of my serious works. And I did the whole thing as a lark. What does that tell you about the value of art to the common man, huh? Ah, my fellow connoisseur of the art. Here to see my latest work?
Sure.
I found red paint at the crime scene. Know anything about that?
No, actually. Ezra borrowed my last gun, and now I can't find it.
Who the fuck is that?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
The person you should be looking at is Juliana Riggs. That Philistine would not know art from her own excrement. She and Ezra had a rather dramatic fight recently. You could hear her banshee screeches all the way across the hotel.
Don't think not appreciating art makes you a murderer, but
What
arguing might be something.
Ezra arguing about?
I don't know. I was painting at the time and I was trying to block it out. Though I bet Gilda probably heard them. Maybe you should check with her.
I don't know these people.
Tell me about yourself.
What is there to tell? I am one of the premier artists in the world. My work is primarily in oil paint, but I have been known to do sculpture or performance art as well.
I think you should explain why you keep returning to the crime scene.
It's for inspiration, detective. The others do not like to think about it, but even we shall die someday. Like Prometheus's torch, it kindles within me the fire to create as much art as I can with the time that I have.
It sounds like you've done a lot of paintings of Gilda. Why her?
Our Gilda is a very singular creature, detective. Do you not see the joie de vivre from within her? I have never
They are the same chassis.
who clings to life so tenaciously, who lives so in the moment. I must admit I was quite smitten with her for a time.
You're still in love with Gilda, aren't you?
So what if I am? What business is it of yours? She deserves someone who truly understands her ephemeral beauty, not a brute actor.
Maybe later.
Good. I hope my paintings are able to open your mind to new possibilities.
Anna, you seem too preoccupied with your shit. What did you painted on the generator. And the walls. You missed the ceiling at least, but jeez, man. No wonder you're over here on your own. Who's in here? Hello. Rats? What does this do? This doesn't do rats? Useless.
Hello, Mr. Whiskers. Who's a pretty kitty?
Juliana, Mr. Whiskers died last month. This is Scruffy. Remember?
Oh, of course. Silly Silly me.
Just let me have a look at the neural interface matrix, and I'm sure I can clear that.
No. No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out.
Oh, God. Not this again. Last month you were convinced you had the measles.
You're not a doctor. What would you even know about it? Besides, I think it may be malaria.
First of all, I am a doctor.
Yes, but not a real doctor. Robotics isn't an actual medical degree.
Secondly, I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the suit. It's not physically possible.
I know when I'm getting sick, Bert. Now why don't you just wander off and play in your lab? Mr. Scruffy and I are going to rewrite the will, so he will get everything when I die because horrible Bert didn't believe me.
Oh, God, Juliana. Whatever.
Here.
I'm going to the lab. Hello, Detective. Did you need something?
Your, wife, I'm going to assume, is fucking nuts.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Oh, well, that's not really my
Also, was I the cat?
expertise, but I'm sure there are probably some clues at the crime scene. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I heard that Juliana and Ezra had an argument a few days before he was found dead. Tell me about that.
Well, I was in my lab at the time, so I didn't hear it. But Juliana has always been rather critical of Mr. Parker. I think she found something in the overseer's office. I wasn't listening when she told me about it. I kind of had my head in my research. I don't know, really. I try to let her handle all the money stuff. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a scientist. You've probably met my wife, Juliana, already. Not sure what else to say, really. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Tell me about your research.
Well,
Yeah.
I was one of the leads on the team that created the first robo-brains, the precursors to our model. Most people don't find it all that interesting, and I'd rather not bore you. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I would like to know more about your research because I was at the factory where they made robo-brains.
I'd like to hear more about your research.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. No one else here really wants to talk about it. Functionally, this model is more or less the same as the previous versions I worked on, but without the neural inhibitor and reconditioning. The voice modulator seems to have some minor issues interfacing with the neural matrix, which can add some moodiness. But that's easily solved with regular tune-ups. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'd like to hear more about your research.
I want to hear all about the research.
I should say about it. I mean, it is still classified, but I wanted to help with the investigation. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Yeah.
Robo-brains have a voice modulator. Tell me about that.
That's what allows us to recreate our original voices. They can mimic any normal human voice, actually. I've speculated for some time that the issues we had with our recruited subjects is due to the brain attempting to preserve a sense of self. Maintaining our original voices helps reinforce the neural network, sort of like playing music for an Alzheimer patient. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Maybe later.
Very well.
Yeah.
I'll just get back to my work then.
Very interesting. Search the thing.
You don't need to find something in here, because that may take a while.
Alright, now this is actual blood over here.
Hello, Detective.
You, crazy lady.
Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
Oh, so you admit that there's a murder.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
If you ask
Yeah.
me, it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
What do you mean their type? Creative people?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Juliana Riggs, heiress to the Riggs fortune and wife of Bert Riggs. I'm not sure what else you expected, Detective.
No
I
idea.
heard you had a big fight with Ezra a few days ago. Care to explain?
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lashed out a bit at the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion.
Yeah, that's not
Maybe
gonna happen.
later.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Thank you, crazy little lady. Alright guys, like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see the blood right there. Seems weird. Did they kill a cat? Are there cats down here? Also, her being germaphobe explains this thing. Even if it doesn't do anything. And they're overlapping. But, whatever. As the art dude, crazy people. More rooms to explore, more people to talk to in the next episode. So, see you then, have fun.